tuned in to a new show that's dedicated to exposing the truth, educating the youth, revealing secrets, and providing real solutions. Who are we? We are TCC Global TV. Real TV for real life.
Houston's Proposition 1 bathroom ordinance. What does it mean to you? Any man at any time could enter a woman's bathroom simply by claiming to be a woman that day. No one is exempt. Even registered sex offenders could follow women or young girls into the bathroom, and if a business tried to stop them, they'd be fined. Protect women's privacy. Prevent danger. Vote no on the Proposition 1 bathroom ordinance. It goes too far.
Today on Our Voice, Craig Richardson and co-host Athena Williams interviews Mr. Ben Hall.
Yeah. Although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I don't fear no evil, for I know the Lord is watching my steps. Into his kingdom he has blessed me and my brothers as well. He's brought you here because you've told him that you needed some help. He heard your voice. In this moment he is setting you free. He heard your voice, answered your call, and now he's letting you see. He heard your voice, here to save you.
Voting yes to Proposition 1 also means voting yes to an unsafe environment for our families. The restroom has always been a place where sexual crimes have been securely committed. It's a proven fact. Here are a few examples.
Changes at the New York State Museum after a man was arrested this week for allegedly sexually abusing a child in a bathroom. The state education department tells us that state police have now added the museum as a part of their beat at the Empire State Plaza. 2 bathrooms also will be designated strictly for family use there so that parents can take their children into the bathroom.
A day at the park became a nightmare for a woman who says she was sexually assaulted in a public bathroom.
K-9 units were brought to the scene where police believe the man dropped his hat.
What this 18-year-old Blanche Eli High School student is accused of doing is alarming. Dragging a female student into the boys' bathroom of the Pompano Beach High School and holding her against her will.
Susie, detectives here at the Central Station say they want to get the word out to women who live and work in the downtown LA area after the unusual number of cases they've had in just a short time. Over the past 2 months in different parts of downtown LA, LAPD detectives say 3 women were the victims of attempted sexual assaults inside women's restrooms.
Hello, how you doing? This is Craig Richardson, host of Our Voice on KBRN. We're here with Mr. the one and only Mr. Ben Hall. He's running for, of course we all know he's running for our next city mayor of Houston, Texas. How you doing, Mr. Hall?
I'm doing great, Craig. Thanks so much for being here. And Athena, thank you so much.
And we have Athena Williams as our co-host, and we want to thank you for being here. Amen.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing we want to go through, ask you a couple of questions as it relates to what's going on with this Proposition 1, because that's what's on my heart. That's the main thing that bothers me about this whole election and what's going on now with the Houston mayor that's in office now.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Garcia, Mr. McVeigh, and everyone else other than you are all supporting the Proposition 1.
That's right.
And again,
and I oppose that proposition.
That's it.
Sylvester Turner's for it,
Yeah.
Adrian Garcia,
Yeah.
Stephen Costello, Marty McVeigh, they're all for it, and Chris Bell.
Yeah. Who's responsible for all the objectives laid out in Proposition 1?
Yeah. Well, first, let me, if I may, Craig, just back up a little bit and tell you why I oppose the ordinance. And I need to give you a little background. When James Byrd was dragged to death in Jasper, Texas,
Okay.
I was asked by the state NAACP to represent his family regarding that death. We ultimately didn't accept the case, but they came to me because I fought so many discrimination lawsuits. When a cross was burned in a black family's yard over in Katy, Texas, by 5 white youths, I brought the lawsuit to stop that practice, and we won that case. When there was a policy on the ship channel that black tugboat operators could not get on the boats with unless a white person gave permission, I filed that lawsuit to stop that practice. So I know what discrimination is, and I know what playing games using that term is as well. And right now, the City of Houston Proposition 1, which is known as the HERO ordinance, is this mayor's attempt to pass her personal agenda by using flashpoint language. She wants to say anti-discrimination, but really what she's attempting to do is plug in her personal agenda, and then people are now conflicted because no one wants to say that they're discriminatory. No one wants to say that I want to discriminate against anyone. And as a result, you find yourself fighting yourself saying, hey, I don't want to discriminate, but this is a dangerous ordinance. Well, I have the courage to tell you, I've read the ordinance, 36 pages long. The ordinance is dangerous as written. If I had had a law student who wrote this ordinance, I would have failed him. Because it's a criminal statute. That is, you will be a criminal in the city of Houston if you violate it. And then it says that you cannot distinguish between male and female. In other words, no more, that's what discrimination now is defined as. You can't distinguish between male and female. Not discriminate. You can't distinguish between them. And then also that if you do try to discriminate or distinguish between them, then you violate this law. That's number one. That's a fallacy. It's wrong. But number two, there are already federal and state laws that protect 13 of the 15 categories. The only categories that were not covered were genetic information and familial status. Tell me when's the last time you discriminated against anyone on genetic information and familial status. We don't even know what that means, right? So let me tell you what it does mean. Generally, historically, a man and woman are judged by XY chromosome or XX chromosomes. Well, genetic information is now saying you can't tell me whether I'm male or female based upon chromosome distinction. This is nothing more than a political play to try and get people to adopt that. And then once they're adopted in Houston, then it can just spread wherever. The final thing is you have this public accommodation provision. And in Texas right now, at least in Houston, public accommodation means if it's a public building, a person has the right to have access to a bathroom or to a locker room or to a shower room. And the ordinance now says you cannot distinguish or discriminate against a person because if they want to go to the bathroom and they decide that they're female, although they're anatomically male, you can't stop it.
Van Hall is the only mayoral candidate who opposes this ordinance. Let's all vote no to Proposition 1 and yes to Van Hall. Let's bring morals and common sense back to Houston.